Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. Sorry about the technical difficulties of the camera. I forgot to plug it in before I went live, so whoops, that one's on me. Anywho, we are back at the SAP Center once again in San Jose, California for a hypothetical Game 7 of the 2009-10 Stanley Cup Final between the New Jersey Devils and the San Jose Sharks. You're probably looking at this a little bit confused and thinking that I just finished my 2009-10 replay, and you'd be right. So let me explain what we're doing here. And it's going to take a little bit of backstory. Back in about block, I want to say, probably late block 30s, early block 40s, I realized I inadvertently created a universe where I essentially had two separate universes going on because I was doing a cross replay between Strat and Inside the Crease. The problem I ran into is I'd occasionally have teams stuck in the Inside the Crease universe, and I was using ChatGPT to generate those third period situations, which caused problems in the standings. So I decided to ditch Inside the Crease as a replay engine at that point, but as I was kind of picking the bones with ChatGPT at the end, I started getting the idea of, okay, let's try to shorten the period lengths. So we're going to try a full game with 14-minute periods instead of 20-minute periods and see if that makes Inside the Crease work a little better as a replay engine. So that's what we're going to do here. And to do that, since I happen to have most of the logos for the 2009-10 hockey season, we're just going to repurpose them. I had to reprint the logo for the San Jose Sharks, and it would actually be helpful if I adjust the scoreboard. So I'll be keeping... There we go. So I'll be keeping fairly tight time because I want a whole game essentially to come in at around that hour 30 mark. I want this game to come in at around like hour 10. There's a little bit of play on that because I do have to count for ticker time, but given that the ticker is all going to be electronic and Excel moving forward, I've got a bit of play on that. So with that's enough rambling, I think the crowd is starting to file into the SAP Center, so let's jump right into the action. We'll give it about another however long it's going to take me to get to 2:22 because that's where I'm going to start with. That's where I'm going to start with keeping time. Because I want, like I said, I want to try, even if I get interrupted during the first period, actually even if I get interrupted during the game, I want to get at least one uninterrupted period in so I can get a feel for how long it's actually going to take. So I think we are all set. Let's jump into the action. Face-offs are even to start this first period. That will go over to White. The Devils have it, and we're off once again. We're off and running. He will pass that up to Zajac. Interception of the lefty and right D's defense greater than 11. They're an 8. Zajac will get it with a 3. That'll be a shot 4 against Nabokov. 14 on a shot 3 is going to be a rebound chance. Rebound will go over to the defensive right D. Huskins will have that for the Sharks. 13:20 to go. That'll pass up to Marlowe. Penalty if the lefty's penalty is greater than or equal to 6. White's a 1. Marlowe will get that with a 4. That'll be a shot 5 on Brodeur. 20 on a shot 5. Score! Patrick Marlowe getting the Sharks up early here in this hypothetical Game 7. 1-0. Arena cheers. Yay! We'll flip over, we'll burn a card to get assists, and then we'll check for assists. Second highest will be Heatley. And Thornton. Yes, Thornton's high enough to get the assist on that one. And that is at the 42nd mark of the first period, and the Sharks already up 1-0. We'll bring the teams back to center ice. Face-offs are +1, or actually even right now. That will come over to Huskins for the Sharks, and we are off once again. Passing that up to Thornton. Interception of the lefty and right D's defense is greater than or equal to 9. They're an 8. That'll be a 34 for Thornton. That'll be an assist chance for Thornton. Setting up Heatley with a 31. That'll be a shot 3 on Brodeur. 54 on a shot 3. Brodeur will freeze that one. We'll get a face-off. As we've got a defensive zone draw for the Devils. Face-offs still even. low, we'll say they both get kicked out, actually, because they're both the same. So faceoffs will go +2 to San Jose, as Marlowe is now taking that one. That'll be Huskins for the Sharks, and we're off once again. Passing that up to Marlowe. Interception of the right wing and right D's defense is greater than or equal to 12. They're a 7. Marlowe will get that with a 15. That'll be a shot 2 on Brodeur. 72 on a shot 2. Brodeur will hold on to that. We'll get a face-off. Once again, face-offs are even. +9. Thornton will have that for the Sharks, and we're off once again. He'll pass that over to Huskins. Takeaway if the right D's take is greater than or equal to 3. Mateau is a 3. He'll take that away. We'll have line changes. Mateau will wait until he makes his move with the puck, and then he'll get off the ice. Mateau with it for New Jersey. He'll pass that up to Niedermeyer, and then he'll make his change. Takeaway if the center's take is greater than or equal to 8. Pavelski's a 4. Niedermeyer will get that with a 16. That'll be a pass. He'll pass that over to Green. 11:40 to play here in the first. Passing that back to Niedermeyer. Forced dumping if the center's defense is greater than or equal to 1. Pavelski's a 3. That'll get dumped in. And on the dump-in, Boyle will chase that down for San Jose. 11:20 to play. Passing up to Pavelski. Takeaway if the center's take is greater than or equal to 7. Niedermeyer's a 3. Pavelski will get that with a 17. That'll be a shot 2 on Brodeur. An 83 on a shot 2. Brodeur will drop that off. For Rolston coming in to get that for New Jersey. 11 minutes to play. Passing over to Salvador. Loose puck if the center's hit is greater than or equal to 2. Pavelski is a 2. That'll get knocked loose. Offensive right D, which is right now Salvador versus defensive... actually, it's a puck battle. Offensive left wing +3. Elias is a 10 versus defensive right D. That'll go up to Elias. He's got that for New Jersey. 10:40 to play. Passing over to Rolston. Interception of the left wing and left D's defense is greater than or equal to 9. They're a 6. 37. That'll be a pass by Rolston. And he'll pass that back to Green. 10:20 to play here in the first. Passing up to Niedermeyer. Interception of the lefty and right D's defense is greater than or equal to 7. They're an 8. And that'll be Setaguchi picking that off for San Jose. But we've got line changes. I also wanted to do this test while I still had a little bit of hockey brain before I start transitioning more fully over to baseball brain and getting ready for the 2001 season coming and payoff pitch. That will be starting in January. So I wanted to do this test while I'm still essentially at full strength when it comes to hockey. Setaguchi will make his move with the puck. He will pass that over to McGinn. Forced dumping if the left wing's defense is greater than or equal to 2. Pandolfo's a 3. That'll be a dump-in puck battle visiting right wing versus home left D +1. Vlasic will have that even without the +1 for San Jose. 9:40 to play here in the first. That'll get passed over to Demers. Penalty if the center's penalty is greater than or equal to 5. Zubris is a 3. 21 will be a pass by Demers. That'll go back to Vlasic. 9:20 to play. Passing it over to McGinn. Loose puck if the right D's hit is greater than or equal to 5. Oduya is a 3. 15 for McGinn is going to be a shot 1 against Brodeur. 74 on a shot 1. Brodeur will freeze that, and we'll get a face-off. Face-offs are +1 to San Jose. +1 will tie it, and the visitor will get it as per the card, so Fraser will have that for New Jersey. And we are off once again. He'll pass that up to Pandolfo on a big defensive zone win. Forced dumping if the right wing's defense is greater than or equal to 1. Staubitz is a 1. 12 for Pandolfo will be a shot 0 on Nabokov. 59. Nabokov will hold on for the face-off. We're going to move these just a little bit so I don't have to reach quite so far. So I can reconfigure some of these. Okay. I think we're all set there. Face-offs are +1 to San Jose. That will be +1 right defenseman. The tie is going to the home defenseman. This time it's Demers, and we're off once again. Passing that up to Malhotra. Loose puck of the lefties hit is greater than or equal to 3. Fraser's a 1. 12 from Malhotra will be a shot 1 on Brodeur. 58 on a shot 1. Brodeur will hold on for the face-off. Face-off, another face-off coming to the left of Brodeur this time. +3 will pull that over to Zubris, and we're off. Is Zubris a line 1? Is Zubris the line 2 center? We're on line 3 already. Never mind. Okay, I did adjust the time already, so we're off. Passing that over to Frazier. Penalty if the lefty's penalty is greater than or equal to 5. Vlasic's a 1. 32 will be a pass by Frazier. He'll move that over to Oduya. 8:20 to play here in the first. Passing up to Pandolfo. Loose puck if the right wing's hit is greater than or equal to 6. Staubitz is a 1. 30 for Pandolfo. He'll make a pass. And that'll move over to Oduya. Line changes coming up. Oduya, of course, will make his move with the puck, and then he'll get off the ice. Oduya with it for New Jersey. He'll pass that up to Pelly. Force dump it if the right wing's defense is greater than or equal to 2. Mitchell's a 1. Pelly will get that with a 12 for a shot 1 on Nabokov. That's a 57 on a shot 1, and Nabokov will hold on. We'll get a face-off. Face-offs now are +1 to New Jersey. Nickel gets kicked out. Face-offs now go to +2 to New Jersey. That'll be White with it for the Devils, and we're off once again. Pass over to Mateau. Interception of the center and left wing's defense is greater than or equal to 6. They're a 4. Mateau will get that with a 40 for an assist chance. He is setting up Pelly with an 8. That'll be a shot 2 on Nabokov. 40. Score! Score. Rod Pelly ties the game at 1 for the Devils. Arena groans. Ugh. That'll be Mateau. We'll burn a card before we get an assist. And just from Mateau. And I house rule that if I can follow the flow of play, then that's how I score the first. That's how I score any assists where I can follow the flow of play is how I score those. So hopefully you guys are enjoying a little bit of Sunday afternoon hockey on the channel. It will bring the teams back to center ice where faceoffs are +1 to New Jersey. That will go to McCammond, and we're off once again. Passing over to Pelly. Force dumping if the right wing's defense is greater than or equal to 6. Mitchell's a 1. Pelly will get that with a 14 for another shot 1 on Nabokov. 69, that'll get frozen by Nabokov for a faceoff. Evgeny Nabokov, of course, the Conn Smythe winner of the replay. I'm going to take a quick drink. Okay. Faceoffs are +1 to New Jersey once again. Visitor gets kicked out. McCammon gets kicked out. Faceoffs are now +2 to San Jose, which will pull it over to Mitchell for the Sharks, and we are off and running. Passing that over to Nickel. Force dumping if the center's defense is greater than or equal to 7. McCammon is a 3. 23 is going to be a pass by Nickel. He'll move that over to Mitchell. Move that back to Mitchell, I should say. Passing over to Huskins. Penalty if the lefty's penalty is greater than or equal to 4. It's a 1. 26, that'll be a pass. That'll move over up to Shelley. Ticking off more time. Pass over to Mitchell. Loose puck if the left wing's hit is greater than or equal to 3. Pelly's a 6. That'll get knocked loose. Offensive lefty versus defensive right wing +1. Clarkson will have that for New Jersey, and we'll have line changes. Let's see. So 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm just making sure I'm changing to the right lines. I was thinking I was supposed to be on line 1s, so we're fine here. Clarkson will make his move with the puck, and then he'll get off the ice. He will pass that over to Green. Interception of the center and right wing's defense is greater than or equal to 6. Thornton and Heatley are a 6. So that'll get forced onto Thornton's stick. He will pick that off for San Jose. 5:40 to play here in the first. Passing over to Blake. Penalty if the left wing's penalty is greater than or equal to 4. Parise is a 2. Blake will get that with a 2. That'll be a shot 2 on Brodeur. 10 on a shot 2. Rebound chance. Offensive right wing versus defensive left D plus 5. Green will take that away for New Jersey. 5:20 to play. Passing up to Parise. Takeaway if the right wing's take is greater than or equal to 4. Heatley's a 3. Parise will get that with a 27. That'll be a shot 1 on Nabokov. 32. Rebound chance. Offensive right D versus defensive left wing. Marleau will take that for San Jose. 5 minutes to play here in the first. Passing over to Heatley. Penalty if the lefty's penalty is greater than or equal to 7. Green is a 1. 25. That'll be a shot 0 on Brodeur. 23 will be a rebound chance, though. Home left wing. Marleau with the rebound shot. 20. That will be a shot 4. 80 on a shot 4. Save made by Brodeur. He'll hold on for the face-off. Arena groans. Ugh. Even face-off coming up here in the offensive zone for San Jose. That'll be over to Langenbrunner as the two are tied, and we're off once again. Pass over to Parise. Penalty if the right D's penalty is greater than or equal to 7. Blake is a 3. 27 for Parise will be a shot 1 on Nabokov. 31, that's a rebound chance. Visiting center, Zajak's got that with a 15. That'll be a shot 4. 15 on a shot 4. Score! Travis Zajac giving the Devils a 2-1 lead here late in the first period. Arena groans. Ugh. Let's see, that was Zajac from Parise and burning a card. Langenbrunner hasn't high enough assist rating. Okay, we'll bring the teams back to center ice. Face-offs are still even. That'll be Blake for San Jose, and we're off and running once again. Passing over to Vlasic. Interception of the center and left wing's defense is greater than or equal to 9. They're a 5. Vlasic will get that with a 5. That'll be a shot 0 on Brodeur. 24 is a rebound chance. Home left wing, Marleau with a 9. That's a shot 5 on Brodeur. 49 on a shot 5. Score! Patrick Marleau ties the game here at the SAP Center at 2. Arena cheers. Yay! And that is Marleau's second on the day. That was from Blake. And we'll flip over, we'll burn a card before we get assists. Thornton is plenty high enough to get an assist, but we are tied here at 2 in this hypothetical Game 7. This Game 6, as you might recall from the series, which is when the Sharks clinched the Cup, was not nearly this competitive. We'll bring the teams back to center ice. Face-offs are actually even right now. +4 left wing, that'll get pulled over to Marleau, but we're going to have line changes. Marleau will make his move and then get off the ice. Marleau with it for San Jose. He will pass that over to Murray. Penalty if the right wing's penalty is greater than or equal to 1. Rolston is a 1. We'll check the shot first. 37's a pass. Actually, that will get touched up. And then we'll check the penalty. So Rolston. Penalty 23. So there's actually no penalty on the play. Just a stoppage. Maybe somebody getting a little frisky while have a face-off at center ice. Face-offs are +1 to New Jersey. +1, that'll come over to Murray, and the Sharks have it to continue the action here. He will pass that up to Klo. Loose puck if the center's hit is greater than or equal to 3. Niedermeyer is a 3. He'll knock that puck loose. Offensive center versus defensive center. Pavelski will have that for San Jose. 3:20 to play here in the first. Back over to Klo. Interception of the lefty and right D's defense greater than or equal to 10. They're a 7. Cole will have that with a 21. He'll give that away. Right wing break greater than or equal to 8. Rolston's a 0, no breakaway. 3 minutes to play here in the first. Passing over to Oduya. Forced dump in at the center's defense is greater than or equal to 6. Pavelski's a 3. Oduya will get that with a 25. He'll make a pass. He'll move that back up to Rolston. 2:40 to play. Passing over to Niedermeyer. Interception at the left wing and lefty's defense, greater than or equal to 10. They're a 6. Niedermeyer will have that with a 33. He'll make a pass. He'll move that over to Frazier. 2:20 to play here in the first. Passing back up to Niedermeyer. Forced dumping at the right D's defense is greater than or equal to 2. Demers is a 3, so that'll get dumped in. Puck battle with an offensive center versus defensive center plus 6. Even without the plus 6, Pavelski will have that for San Jose. He'll have it just long enough for a line change as we're entering the final 2 minutes of the first period. Pavelski with the puck for San Jose. He'll make his move, passing that to Huskins, then he'll get off the ice. Penalty if the left wing's penalty is greater than or equal to 7. Pandolfo's a 1. 27 for Huskins. That's going to be a pass, as he'll pass that over to Boyle. 1:40 to play here in the first. Passing up to Malhotra. Loose puck of the right D's hit is greater than or equal to 3. Mateau is a 3. He'll knock that puck loose. Offensive right wing plus 2 versus defensive left D. Because of home team, Staubitz will have it for San Jose. 1:20 to play. Passing over to Boyle. Penalty if the center's penalty is greater than or equal to 3. Zubris is a 3. We'll check the play first. 33 is a pass, so that'll get touched up. Possible penalty on Zubris. 4 and the opponent if the opponent's penalty is 5 or higher. Malhotra is a 2, so Zubris is going off alone on this one. He is going off for roughing. Let's see. So we want penalty to end right there, as we're going to have a power play coming up here for San Jose. So period 1, penalty, that was Zubris. Was that Zubris? Yeah, that was Zubris. Okay, never mind. I'm having some trouble reading my handwriting, but we got it all sorted out, and we've got the power play unit on for San Jose. Actually, I don't bother with a separate power play lines. Face-offs are +4 to San Jose. That'll come over to Malhotra with the Sharks with a golden opportunity here to take the lead, and we're off. Passing over to Boyle. Loose puck, there's no center right now. 36 on the power play. That's an assist chance for Boyle. Setting up Huskins with a 1. That'll be a shot 5 on Brodeur. 3 on a shot 5. Score! Actually, 3 on a shot 5. Yeah, score! And Brodeur goes cold, but that won't last for long, because that'll reset at the end of the period. But the Sharks take a 3-2 lead on the power play goal by Huskins. Arena cheers. Yay! And now we don't need that anymore. So that was from Boyle. And we'll burn a card to get another assist if we can. Staubitz is not high enough to get the assist, so just the 1 assist on the play. But the Sharks now holding a 3-2 lead. Bring the teams back to center ice. Faceoffs are +1 to San Jose. That will be over to Huskins once again, and we're off and running. Back up to Malhotra. Interception at the lefty and right D's defense, greater than or equal to 12. They're an 8. Malhotra will have that with an 18. He'll give it away. No break for Bergfors. 20 seconds left to play in the first. Passing that over to White. Takeaway if the right wing's take is greater than or equal to 8. Staubitz is a 2. White will have that with a 25, making a pass. He'll pass that back to Mateau. And brrr, there's the horn to end the first period, and quite a high-scoring first period. Sharks lead 3-2, getting ready for the second period of the game. I'm just making some notes on my score sheet here. Let's see, okay. So we want to get back to all first lines. Wait. Actually, that was first lines, I think. Okay. So it looks like with the 14-minute periods, I end on third lines. Still plenty of the flavor of hockey, though, and that's what I'm trying to make sure of. And shuffling this, we're going to lightly shuffle this giant stack of fast action cards. Now I did unsleeve the action cards because I thought I was getting rid of this game at one point. There was a while there where it was looking dicey for this one staying in my collection because I didn't think I'd be able to use it for my replays anymore. And that's part of what this video is helping me figure out, is if I can. And so far I have to say the data is looking pretty promising because I took time for this game. I'm keeping careful time for this game. Because if I'm thinking if I want like an hour 10, periods need to end. Periods need to be about 20 minutes long. As World's Worst Gamer now joins us here at the SAP Center. We'll find out how good the shuffle is for New Jersey, but Marlowe has already got a hot hand in this one, as the Sharks hold a 3-2 lead. Shuffle everything together. And the thing about dropping Inside the Crease was it was only a knock on how much time it was asking for. I actually really like Inside the Crease Hockey, but for a weeknight replay engine, it was asking for way too much time. So that's the only reason I was somewhat warm to getting rid of it. And so far, like I said, the data is looking very promising for Inside the Crease staying in the collection. And we're going to be starting the second period here. 2:46 p.m. Okay. So yeah, it looks like even shaving off 6 minutes of the period is actually really helping. Face-offs here as we bring the teams together are even. That will go over to Langenbrunner for the Devils, and we're off once again. Passing over down to Mateau. Penalty if the left wing's penalty is greater than or equal to 5. Marlowe is a 1. Mateau will get that with a 31. He'll make a pass. He'll move that up to Parise. Parise with it for New Jersey. Passing over to Langenbrunner. Force dumping if the lefty's defense is greater than or equal to 4. Murray is a 4. That puck's going to get dumped in. Puck battle, offensive center +2 versus defensive center. That'll be over to Zajac. Zajac will have control of that for New Jersey. Passing over to Langenbrunner. Force dumping if the center's defense is greater than or equal to 8. Thornton's a 3. 6 is going to be a shot 3 on Nabokov. 27 on a shot 3 is a rebound chance. Visiting left wing. Parise will have that with a 14. That'll be a shot 4. 67 on a shot 4. Save made by Nabokov. He will hold on. We'll get the face-off. Arena cheers. Yay! World's Worst Gamer groans. Ugh. Face-offs are even once again. That will be over to Parise for New Jersey, and we're off. Passing over to Zajac. Penalty if any defender's penalty greater than or equal to 8. Nobody is. That'll be a 10. That's a shot 2 for Zajac. 47 on a shot 2. Nabokov will hold on to that one too. Face-offs are still even. That'll be Murray with it for San Jose, and we're off once again. Up to Heatley. Interception of the left wing and lefty's defense is greater than or equal to 8. They're a 6. Heatley will get that with a 30. He'll make a pass. He'll move that down to Murray. And we'll have our first line change of the second period. as Philip Reynolds now joins us here at the SAP Center. Once we get into the second intermission, in case you guys are just joining me, I'll give you the very short version. I'll give you the very short version at the next stoppage, and feel free to chip in with any questions. I may not answer them in detail until the next intermission. Murray with it for San Jose. He'll pass that up to Klo. Forced dumping if the left wing's defense is greater than or equal to 7. Elias is a 3. A 9 for Klo will be a shot 2 on Brodeur. 43 on a shot 2. Save made by Brodeur. He'll hold on for the face-off. And yep, we are inside the crease, Philip. You might remember this a little bit better than World's Worst Gamer, but I'll give you the very short version. Late in the regular season, with the 20-minute periods, I was having problems getting the length of the game, of the full game, down to where I needed it to be. Actually, I started realizing with the AI game situations I was generating that I was going to end up with... I essentially ended up creating 2 parallel worlds of the replay. So I'm doing a test of a full game of Inside the Crease with the reduced period length. I'm playing 14-minute periods instead of 20 to see if I can make that work better for a weeknight. So, like I said, when I'm setting up for the third period, I'll give you guys the more detailed version, but essentially that's the gist of what happened, of what we're doing here. So face-offs are +1 to New Jersey. +4 will bring that over to Klo for San Jose, and we're off and running. Passing over to Setaguchi. Loose puck of the right D's hit is greater than or equal to 4. Salvador is a 3. Setaguchi will get that with a 24. He'll give that one away. No break for the left wing as Elias takes that away. Elias for New Jersey. We'll pass that over to Niedermeyer. Interception if the lefty and right D's defense is greater than or equal to 12. They're an 8. Niedermeyer will get that for a shot 2. That'll be a 28 on a shot 2. Rebound chance. Rebound is the home right wing. That'll be Setaguchi stopping that sequence for San Jose. 11:20 to play. He'll pass that over to Boyle. Loose puck of the right wing's hit is greater than or equal to 8. Rolston is a 3. 40 for Boyle. That's going to be an assist chance. He is setting up Pavelski with a 2. Uh-oh, that's a shot 5 on Brodeur. That's a 6 on a shot 5. Score! And Brodeur goes cold as Joe Pavelski extends the Sharks' lead. Cards look nice and love the chart. Cards are actually unsleeved because I was getting ready to get rid of this game. But the way things are looking so far, I don't think I'm getting rid of this game at all, actually. The 14-minute periods look like they're doing wonders for a shorter replay, or for being able to make Inside the Crease work as a full game system replay. Setaguchi does not have a high enough assist rating, but the Sharks now have a 4-2 lead here in the second period, and we may be seeing Brodeur hit the bench pretty soon. I'm sure World's Worst Gamer is totally thrilled about that. Face-offs are +1 to New Jersey. That'll go over to Green, and we're off once again. That'll go up to Rolston. Interception of the left wing and lefty's defense is greater than or equal to 5. They're a 6. That pass will get forced onto Klo's stick. 10:40 to play. That'll get passed over to Setaguchi. Loose puck of the left wing's hit is greater than or equal to 2. Elias is a 2. And that'll be a loose puck. Klo will pick that up for San Jose. 10:20 to play. Passing over to Pavelski. Penalty if the lefty's penalty is greater than or equal to 5. Green's a 1. Pavelski will get that with a 32. That'll be a giveaway. Left wing break greater than or equal to 8. Elias is a 4, so no breakaway for Elias. And actually, we're going to have the line changes. Marty looking human. Doesn't happen often. No, it doesn't. And actually, we were through 2 games of the 2009-10 Stanley Cup Final during my replay. I had Brodeur as an early Conn Smythe front runner before Evgeny Nabokov. There's no basically about it. Evgeny Nabokov snatched the Conn Smythe away from Brodeur. Anywho, Elias with the puck, and then he'll get off the ice. He will pass that over to Zubris. Loose puck of the right wing's hit is greater than or equal to 6. Staubitz is a 1. Zubris will get that with a 30. He'll make a pass, and that'll move over to Oduya. 9:40 to play. That'll pass up to Pandolfo. Forced dumping if the right wing's defense is greater than or equal to 2. Staubitz is a Staubitz is a 1. Where was I? Oh, yes, defense. He's a 1. So Pandolfo will get that with a 12. That'll be a shot 0. 57. Nabokov will make the save. He'll hold on for the face-off. Maybe I've come up with something NHL should consider. 14-minute periods. Well, considering that the periods have been 20 minutes since way before any of us were born, Philip, I don't think the NHL is going to listen to little old me with a suggestion on the length of periods. And actually, it's been probably even since before the NHL was a thing. Anywho, that's like ramble aside. Needs to just get rid of 3-on-3 and the shootout. I don't really follow current hockey, so I will stay out of that. I'll stay out of that conversation. Face-offs are +1 to San Jose. Malhotra gets kicked out. Face-offs are now +3 to New Jersey. A +7, though, we'll pull that over to Vlasic for San Jose, and we're off once again. That'll get passed up to Malhotra. Loose puck of the right wing's hit, or right D's hit is greater than or equal to 1. O'Dewey's at 3. Loose puck will come right back to Malhotra. He'll recover quickly, just enough to knock him off the puck a little bit, but it'll come right back to him. 9 minutes to play, passing to Demers. Interception at the center and left wing's defense is greater than or equal to 6. They're a 5. 40 for Demers. That'll be an assist chance. Setting up McGinn with an 8. That'll be a shot 5 on Brodeur. 40 on a shot 5. Rebound chance. Offensive center versus defensive center +6. Zubris will have that for New Jersey. 8:40 to play here in the second. Passing over to Pandolfo. Interception of the right wing and right D's defense, greater than or equal to 5. They're a 4. Pandolfo will get that with an 8. That'll be a shot 1 on Nabokov. 39. Save made by Nabokov. He will hold on. We'll take that face-off to the left of Nabokov. +1 to San Jose on face-offs. +8 will pull that over to Oduya, and we're off once again. Passing up to Zubris. Takeaway at the left wing's take is greater than or equal to 4. McGinn's a 3. 35. That'll be an assist chance for Zubris. Setting up Bergfors with a 33. That'll be a shot 1 on Nabokov. 61. Save made by Nabokov, and perfect timing for a hold, because I just heard the oven timer go off, so I will be right back. You shut up. Perfect timing. I could use a water break. All right. Like I said, I'm keeping careful notes on time. Faceoffs are +1 to San Jose. That'll come over to Demers. We'll have a line change, and then we'll get back to the action here at the SAP Center. Demers with it for San Jose. He'll pass that over to Murray. Interception at the center and left wing's defense is greater than or equal to 9. Center and left wing are a 4. Murray's getting that with a 5. That'll be a shot 0 on Brodeur. 24 on a shot 0. Rebound chance. Home left wing will have that. Shelley will have that with a 9. That'll be a shot 2 on Brodeur. 49. Save made by Brodeur. He'll hold on for the face-off. Face-offs are +1 to New Jersey. A +8 will pull that over to Nickel for San Jose, and we're off and running here in the second period. Passing over to Huskins. Penalty if the lefty's penalty is greater than or equal to 2. White's a 1, no penalty. 9 will be a pass by Huskins, as he'll move that over to Murray. 7:20 to play here in the second. Passing up to Shelley. Penalty if the right wing's penalty is greater than or equal to 1. Clarkson is a 1. Arm in the air for the referee. We'll get a delayed call here. 37, though, is going to be an assist chance. Shelley setting up Huskins with an 11. That'll be a shot 1 on Brodeur. 52, save made by Brodeur. He'll hold on for the face-off. I'm going to mark Clarkson, and that's who we're checking for a penalty. A 5. Ooh, Clarkson going off for a major penalty. So Clarkson going off for a boarding call. Ouch. Yikes. World's worst gamer cannot be happy with a 5-minute penalty on the Devils. And I know technically you go without the center in a 5-on-4 situation, but we're going to do that. So let's see. 720, I'd want 220 as the power play. Now the Sharks have got an opportunity here to do some real damage and add to this lead on the power play. Faceoffs are +1 to New Jersey. That'll be over to Mateau, and we're off once again. Passing over to White. Interception of the center and left wing's defense, greater than or equal to 10. They're a 4. 26, that'll get sent the length of the ice. And Nickel will track that down for San Jose. 6:40 to play here in the second. Passing over to Shelley. We have no right wing for a forced dump-in possibility. 8 is a shot 1 on Brodeur. 37, rebound chance. Brodeur not cold, fortunately, for the Devils. Offensive lefty versus there is no right wing, so that'll be Murray with a rebound shot at 16. Will be another shot 1. 76 on a shot 1. Brodeur will make the save this time. He'll hold on for the face-off. Face-offs remain +1 to New Jersey. That'll come over to Mateau, and we're off once again. Passing over to White. Interception of the center and right wing's defense, greater than or equal to 12. They're a 4. 24, that'll get sent the length of the ice. And this time it'll be Huskins tracking that down just in time for a line change. Huskins with it for San Jose. He'll make his move and then he'll get off the ice. He'll pass that over to Boyle. Penalty, if the right D's penalty is greater than or equal to 1. Salvador is a 3. We've got another hand in the air. 13 is going to be a giveaway, so that'll get touched up. We'll check the penalty on Salvador. 24, he's going off for a minor penalty. He's going off for another boarding call. Some of these calls are starting to get a little bit ugly here. So that's Salvador. But only a 2-minute penalty on Salvador. And now we'll go without both wings. We'll use that peg to mark the minor penalty. The green block is for the major call. Face-offs are actually even right now. That is +2 lefty. That'll come over to Frazier, and we're off once again. Passing to... He'll hold on to that one, actually. Loose puck of the right wing's hit is greater than or equal to 4. Heatley's a 2. 37 will get sent the length of the ice. And that'll be Thornton tracking that down here on the 5-on-3. Ticking off time. That'll get passed to Boyle. Interception of the center. Center's defense is greater than or equal to 5. Right wing's factored in technically, but there's no right wing. Zajac is a 3. 31 for Boyle. That'll be a pass. He'll move that over to Blake. 5 minutes to play here in the second. Passing up to Thornton. Takeaway if the center's take is greater than or equal to 5. Zajac's a 4. 40 is an assist chance for Thornton. Setting up Heatley with a 39. That'll be a shot 1 on Brodeur. A 93. That'll get dropped off for the right defenseman, for Oduya. Passing up to Zajac. Takeaway if the right D's take is greater than or equal to 6. Blake is a 2. A 10, shorthanded, is going to be a pass. He'll move that down to Oduya as the cards are going sliding on me. 4:20 to play here in the second. Passing up to Zajac. Takeaway if the center's take is greater than or equal to 8. It is not. 16 will be another pass. That'll move over to Frazier. The minor penalty on, I believe that was Salvador, is over. But we've got line changes. Just making sure I don't pull any of my cables out because I've been known to do that in the past as well. Frazier's still on the ice with the puck. He'll make his move and then get off the ice. I'll bring that back up there. Passing up to Niedermeyer. Interception if the left wing and lefty's defense greater than or equal to 9. Klo and Vlasic are 6. 37 for Niedermeyer. That'll go the length of the ice as well. Vlasic will track that down. 3:40 to play here in the second. Up to Setaguchi. Loose puck if the lefty's hit is greater than or equal to 8. White is a 4. 13. That'll be a shot 4 for Setaguchi. 65 on a shot 4. Save made by Brodeur. He'll hold on for the face-off. Face-offs are +1 to New Jersey. +6 will pull that over to Vlasic. And we're off once again. Passing up to Pavelski. Forced dumping if the right D's defense is greater than or equal to 1. Mateau is a 1. At least shorthanded. So we'll have a dump-in. Offensive right wing versus defensive left D +5. That'll go over to White for New Jersey. And we're ticking off more time. Passing up to Elias. Penalty if the right wing's penalty is greater than or equal to 3. Setaguchi's a 1. An 11 for Elias. That'll be a pass. He'll move that over. Actually, he'll hold on to that one. Ticking off time. Passing over to Niedermeyer. Loose puck if the right D's hit is greater than or equal to 7. Demers is a 2. 40 is going to go the length of the ice. And that'll be Pavelski tracking that down for San Jose. And a golden opportunity goes by the boards. Arena and Philip Reynolds groan. Ugh. That'll get passed over to Setaguchi. Takeaway if the left wing's take is greater than or equal to 6. Elias is a 3. 5 will be a shot 3 on Brodeur, though. He's got a pretty good look. 22 on a shot 3. Rebound chance. Niedermeyer will shut that down into the 2-minute warning for the second period. Niedermeyer with it. He will pass that over to Salvador. Penalty if the center's penalty is greater than or equal to 5. Maholtra is a 2. 21 for Salvador. He'll make a pass. That'll move over to Green. 1:40 to play here in the second. Passing over to Pandolfo. Loose puck if the right D's hit is greater than or equal to 5. Huskins is a 2. 15 for Pandolfo will be a shot 0 on Nabokov. 74. Nabokov will make the save. He'll hold on for the face-off. Face-offs +1 to San Jose. That will be over to Murray, and we're off once again here in the second. Passing up to Maholtra. Interception if the lefty and right D's defense greater than or equal to 5. They're an 8. That'll be a pass. That'll be intercepted by Zubris. 1 minute left to play in the second period. Passing over to Pandolfo. Penalty if the right D's penalty is greater than or equal to 4. Huskins is a 2. 39 is going to be an assist chance for Pandolfo. The Devils need something here. Setting up Green with a 7. That's a shot 3 on Nabokov. 33 on a shot 3. Rebound chance. Offensive right wing versus defensive left D +2. Even without the +2 because of home team, Murray will have that for San Jose. 40 seconds to play. That'll go over to Huskins. Penalty if the center's penalty greater than or equal to 6. Zubris is a 3. 12 will make a pass. That'll be up to Maholtra. 20 seconds to play here in the second. Passing over to Staubitz. Forced dumping if the center's defense is greater than or equal to 7. Zubris is a 2. 23, that'll be a pass. That'll move back to Maholtra. Brrr! There's the horn to end the second period. And the Sharks get another one as they lead 4-2. So while we get reset for the third period of this game, let me tell you guys a little bit of the longer version of what happened during my 2009-10 hockey season replay. I knew Inside the Crease was a longer game, but I definitely wanted to spotlight it for the regular season. So what I came up with in order to do that was I had ChatGPT give me situations to start for the third period of the game, because I knew there was no way in the world I was going to play a full 20-minute game, a full game with 20-minute periods on a weeknight. So that was the idea I came up with, was generating a third period situation. But I ran into problems with doing it that way, because the problem I ran into was I ended up with essentially two universes, where I'd end up with teams stuck in only the Inside the Crease third period situations, and some teams only stuck in the full games of Strat. As such, late in the off season, or late in the regular season, I jumped Inside the Crease and went all Strat for the 2009-10 replay, which at least made the playoffs nice and clean in terms of getting a full clean playoff run consistent in one system, where I felt like the playoffs were completely fair. So now I'm doing some testing with not just with hockey engines, but I've been doing a few football tests off channel, and I'm eventually going to move those on channel once I feel comfortable with the engine, and I'm working on getting a new schedule for football ready, because I'm not going to be playing football games every single night. I'm going to use a weekly schedule, and in fact, if you want to hear how I'm thinking I'm going to do that, feel free to tune in for Pino with Phoenix, because we're going to talk about the results of all of this testing that I've been doing in the off season. So, because of the problems that I had during the replay, giving me where I was using third period situations for Inside the Crease, the 2009-10 season will eventually be eligible to be replayed again. Especially if I get this Inside the Crease test to work well, and looking at my notes so far, everything seems to be working very, very well. So I am very happy with how this test is going so far. We're getting ready for the third period of this game. I just realized everything is actually a little bit off center, but I think we can probably deal with that. The bigger issue here is getting the data that we need to make this test work. So yes, as you can probably gather, I'm very happy with how this test is going so far. Because the thing of it is, I didn't dislike Inside the Crease. In fact, I really enjoyed it. But as it was, I wasn't using it for a weeknight replay engine. In this format, though, with 14-minute periods, it seems like it's going to work really well for a full season replay if I wanted to use Inside the Crease moving forward. And we're starting the third period. We'll say, let me just check to see how much time is left on laundry, but we are definitely going to keep everything rolling here. Okay, we're going to start at 3:13 p.m. As face-offs are going to remain even, so I'm just waiting for the clock to turn, and then we'll drop the puck for the third period. And there we are, so let's drop the puck. Face-offs being even, we're going to bring that over to Huskins, and we're off once again. That'll get passed up to Heatley. Penalty, if the center's penalty is greater than or equal to 2, Zajac is a 1. Heatley will get that with a 21 for a shot 1 on Brodeur. That'll be a 3 on a shot 1. And score! Danny Heatley, shockingly, extending the lead for the Sharks. That'll be 5-2 Sharks. Arena cheers. Yay! Let me see if I can find who the face-off went to. Face-off actually went to Huskins, so that'll be the first assist. World's Worst Gamer, since you're the Devils fan, I'll give you the call. Would you like Would you like Brodeur benched? Your backup is Jan Denis, who's not nearly as... He was 3-2-1 in 12 games with a 2.05 goals against and a 923 save percentage. Second highest assist rating, by the way, is going to be Marlowe, who will get an assist. So we'll give World's Worst Gamer a minute to make the call if he wants to see Brodeur get the hook here, as the Devils are now trailing in this one 5-2. And World's Worst Gamer says bring in Donnie. So we're going to have a goaltending change for the Devils. And I'm probably pronouncing that name wrong. So coming in to mind the net for the Devils is Jan Denis. 3-2-1 with a 2.05 goals against, and not like he would get on the table often, so yep, we'll let him have some time, as the Devils are very much facing a catastrophe here. In my replay, they lost Game 6, so we didn't get this far, but since I still had all the logos ready to go, since I still had all the logos for 2009-10, I figured, why not come back to this? Anywho, face-offs are even once again. That will be over to Heatley again for the home team, and we're off and running. That'll get passed over to Huskins. Forced dumping if the left wing's defense is greater than or equal to 7. Parise is a 2. 3 is a shot 1 on Denis. That'll be a 12 rebound chance. Offensive left D versus defensive right wing +1. Langenbrunner will take that away. 13 minutes to play here in the third. Passing over to Mateau. Forced dump in if the center's defense is greater than or equal to 2. Thornton is a 3. So we'll have a dump in. Nabokov will cover that up for the face-off. Not like he would get on the table, so let him have some time. I agree with that. You can feel free to weigh in on this as we continue playing World's Worst Gamer, but if this was actually still Game 6 or an actual Game 7 in the actual replay, would you be giving the hook to Brodeur at this point? Anyway, I'll let you ponder that as we play on. Face-offs are even on an offensive zone draw for New Jersey. That will come over to Thornton, and we're off and running once again. Passing over to Marlowe. Takeaway if the right wing's take is greater than or equal to 6. Langenbrunner is a 3. 31, Marlowe will make a pass. He'll move that over to Murray. 12:20 to play here in the third. Passing up to Thornton. Takeaway if the center's take is greater than or equal to 4. Zajac is a 4. He'll take that away. And then we'll have line changes. I know you're technically supposed to flip over another card for who takes away the puck when a takeaway check passes, but it just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me to flip over another card, because you figure the defensive player who's checking that, you figure if he passes, he should be the one taking the puck away, because he's the one trying to play defense in this case. Just justifying a house rule that I use. Zajac with it for New Jersey. He will pass that over to Salvador. Loose puck if the left wing's hit is greater than or equal to 8. Clough is a 4. Salvador will get that with an 18. He'll make a pass. And that'll move up to Niedermeyer. 11:40 to play here in the third. Passing over to Brolston. Interception of the left wing and lefty's defense is greater than or equal to 6. It is. And that'll be picked off by Pavelski. 11:20 to play. Passing over to Clough. Takeaway if the right D's take is greater than or equal to 8. Salvador is a 3. 37 for Clough. That's an assist chance. Oh boy. Moving over to Boyle with a 34. That'll be a shot 1 on Denis. 66. Denis will make the save. He'll hold on for the face-off. Face-offs, +1 to New Jersey. +8, though, we'll pull that over to Setaguchi, and we're off and running. Passing over to Clough. Takeaway if the left wing's take is greater than or equal to 3. Elias is a 3. He'll take the puck away. 10:40 to play. Passing over to Rolston. Takeaway if the left wing's take is greater than or equal to 5. Clough's a 3. 33 for Rolston. That'll be a pass. He'll move that over to Niedermeyer. 10:20 to play. Passing over to Green. Takeaway if the right wing's take is greater than or equal to 8. Setaguchi's a 2. 20 is going to be a pass by Green. He'll move that back to Niedermeyer. 10 minutes to play, and we've got another set of line changes. Niedermeyer looking to make a pass here. He will move that over to Oduya. Penalty if any defender's penalty greater than or equal to 20. Nobody is. That'll be a 23 for Oduya. He'll make a pass. He'll move that over to Pandolfo. 9:40 to play here in the third. Passing over to Oduya. Takeaway if the left wing's take is greater than or equal to 8. McGinn is not. 5 will be a shot 0 on Nabokov. 23 on a shot 0. Rebound chance. Offensive left D versus defensive left D +1. Even without the +1, Vlasic will have that for San Jose. 9:20 to play. Passing up to Staubitz. Penalty if the left wing penalty greater than or equal to 6. Pandolfo's a 1, and 11 will be a giveaway. Center break greater than or equal to 5. Zubers is a 3, but he'll have that for New Jersey. 9 minutes to play. Passing over to Pandolfo. Loose puck if the right wing's hit is greater than or equal to 1. Staubitz is a 1. He'll jar that puck loose. And McGinn will pick that up for San Jose. 8:40 to play here in the third. Passing over to Demers. Force dumping at the lefty's defense greater than or equal to 1. Frazier is a 3. We'll have that puck dumped in. We'll have a puck battle visiting right wing versus home left D. Vlasic will have that for San Jose. 8:20 to play. Passing up to McGinn. Interception of the right wing and right D's defense greater than or equal to 7. They're a 6. 40 is an assist chance for McGinn. Setting up Malhotra with a 2. That's a shot 5 on Denis. 6 on a shot 5. Score! Manny Malhotra making the Devils, making Denis go cold. 6-2 San Jose. Arena and Philip Reynolds cheer. Yay! World's Worst Gamer groans. Ugh. I think that was from McGinn and Vlasic. We'll go with that being the flow of play. Face-offs, once again, +1 are now +1 to San Jose. A +6 will pull that over to Pandolfo, just in time for another round of line changes. Pandolfo, as usual, will make his move with the puck, and then he'll get off the ice. Pandolfo with it for New Jersey. He will pass that over to Clarkson. Loose puck if the right wing's hit is greater than or equal to 5. Mitchell's a 3. 34 will be a pass. That'll move over to McCammond. 7:40 to play here in the third. Passing down to White. Loose puck if the right wing's hit is greater than or equal to 4. Mitchell's a 3. 37 by White. He'll make a pass. That'll move up to McCammond. 7:20 to play. Moving over to Clarkson. Force dumping if the center's defense is greater than or equal to 8. Nichols a 3. 6 for Clarkson. Will be a shot 3 on Nabokov. 27 on a shot 3 is a rebound chance. Visiting left wing. Pelly will have that with a 27. That's a shot 0, though. On a 67. Nabokov will make the save, and rather than take a chance, he'll hold on for the face-off. +1 to New Jersey on face-offs. That is a +6. That'll be over to Nickel, and we are halfway through the third period. That'll get passed down to Huskins. Penalty if the center's penalty is greater than or equal to 1. McCammond is a 1, so we're going to have our hand in the air. 22 is going to be a pass. That'll get touched up. We'll check the penalty on McCammond. That's a 26. McCammond is going off for a minor penalty. He's going off for hooking. As the Devils, not playing very disciplined hockey. That is their 4th penalty on the game. Fortunately for them, the Sharks have done exactly bubkiss on the power play today. But with a 6-2 lead, they don't need to be doing much on the power play. Face-offs are +2 to San Jose. That'll come over to Mitchell, and the Sharks are on the power play. That'll get passed over to Nickel. Force dumping if the center's defense greater than or equal to 7. We don't have a center at the moment. 17 on the power play is going to be a giveaway. Center break greater than or equal to 10. There's no center, so instead Brodeur or Denis will hold on for the face-off. I'm so used to having Brodeur in net from the Stanley Cup Final and most of this game, but it's Denis in net. Face-offs remain +2 to San Jose. +6 will pull that over to Mateau, and we're off. Passing up to Clarkson. Takeaway if the lefty's take is greater than or equal to 3. Murray is a 3. We'll have line changes. Murray with it for San Jose. Passing over to Blake. Takeaway if there's no center right now to worry about. 8 for Blake is going to be a shot 2 on Denis. That's a 36 rebound chance. Offensive right D versus defensive left wing +4. Even without the +4, Parise will have that for New Jersey. 5:40 to play here in the third. Passing that over to Green. Penalty if the right wing penalty greater than or equal to 1. Heatley is a 3, so we're going to have another hand in the air. 11, that's going to get sent the length of the ice, get touched up. We'll check the penalty on Heatley. Heatley will be going off for slashing. And I don't play with injuries. And the yellow peg is going to be for New Jersey for the penalty on Heatley, as we're going back to 4-on-4 for the next 40 seconds. Face-offs remain +4 actually to San Jose. That'll be Thornton with it for the Sharks, and we're off once again. Passing over to Boyle. Force dumping at the left wing's defense is greater than or equal to 6. Parise is a 2. 23 will be a pass. That'll move over to Blake, and the Devils are now on the power play for the next minute 20. Blake with it for San Jose. He'll move that over to Boyle. Takeaway if the lefty's take is greater than or equal to 8. He is not. A 29 will get sent the length of the ice for San Jose. Tracking that down will be Parise. 4:40 to play here in the third. Passing over to Salvador. Interception of the right wing and right D's defense greater than or equal to 10. Blake is a 4. 16. That'll be a pass by Salvador. He'll move that up to Zajac. 4:20 to play here in the third. Passing over to Langenbrunner. Force dumping at the lefty's defense greater than or equal to 8. Boyle is a 4. 26 will be a giveaway. Uh-oh. Left wing break. Oh boy. Marlowe. Marlowe didn't get loose. Never mind. I was about to say he got loose, but no. Marlowe will have that for San Jose, though. He will pass that over to Blake. Loose puck at the left wing's hit is greater than or equal to 5. Parise is a 3. A 1 is going to be a shot 3 shorthanded, though, for Blake. Shot 3 against Denis. That's a 2 on a shot 3. Score! Rob Blake, who got the game winner in Game 6, gets a shorthanded goal here to give the Sharks a 7-2 lead. Arena cheers. Yay! World's worst gamer barfs. Bleh! Burn a card to get an assist. That'll be from Boyle, who's plenty high enough. And just the 1 assist. So the Sharks now with a 7-2 lead. And Denis picking a very bad time to go cold. And my goodness, yes indeed. The Sharks, I think the Sharks wanted to make sure there was no funny business, that even in a hypothetical Game 7, they left no doubt that they would have clinched the cup at home. Anywho, face-offs are even here as we get into the later stages of the third period. That'll be over to Langenbrunner as the visitor wins the tie in this case. And we're off once again. We've got a set of line changes. And even Denis apparently can't get out of his own way. Langenbrunner making his move. He'll move that over to Frazier. Penalty if the lefty's penalty is greater than or equal to 7. He is not. 25, that's going to be a pass. All this passing New Jersey is doing is not helping either. That's over to Elias. And the penalty to Heatley is over. That'll be over to Niedermeyer. Penalty if the right D's penalty is greater than or equal to 6. Demers is a 2. 36, that's going to be another pass. And that'll be over to Frazier. 3:20 to play here in the third. Moving up to Elias. Forced dumping if the right D's defense is greater than or equal to 4. Demers is a 3. 28, Elias is going to give that one away. Pavelski, he's loose. He's got a chance at this one. 91 on a breakaway. I believe on a breakaway, I'm just going to double check. But I think if the shot on a breakaway comes up with break, that should be, that should be an automatic goal, I think. Let me check that. Causing a breakaway. He gets an automatic shot 5. So resolve as a normal shot with the exception that the 1-100 has a break next to it. The player scored as well. So Pavelski will score as well, extending this bloodletting for the Sharks to 8-2. That is not a shorthanded goal, just barely. But holy cow. The Sharks just teeing off on poor New Jersey, burning a card. That'll be from Klo, whose assist rating is high enough. And just the 1 assist. So 8-2 Sharks now here in the third period. San Jose just absolutely teeing off on New Jersey. Face-offs are +1 to the Devils for all the good that's doing. +2 will bring that over to Pavelski, and we're off and running once again. Passing that over to Demers. Loose puck of the lefty's hit is greater than or equal to 2. Frazier's a 6. He'll jar that puck loose all day long. And that'll be Elias picking that up for New Jersey. Are we going to see a miracle? I wouldn't bet on it. Over to Frazier. Takeaway if the right D's take is greater than or equal to 1. Demers is a 2. Not if the Devils can't keep the puck. Demers with it. He'll pass that over to Vlasic. Forced dumping if the right wing's defense is greater than or equal to 8. Rolston's a 3. So that'll be a 6. That'll be a shot 0 on Denis. 26 on a shot 0 is a rebound chance. Offensive right D versus defensive right D +2. The +2 saves it for Oduya. 2 minutes to play here in the third. Our last set of line changes. Yep. Oduya with it for New Jersey. Passing over to Pandolfo. Takeaway if the lefty's take is greater than or equal to 6. Murray's a 3. 32 for Pandolfo. He'll make a pass. He'll move that over to Bergfors. At this point, I wouldn't mind a little bit of extra passing because the game is essentially over at this point. That'll be over to Zubris. Interception if the left wing and lefty's defense is greater than or equal to 10. They're a 6. 33 is going to be another pass. That'll move over to White. 1:20 to play here in the game. Passing up to Pandolfo. Takeaway if the right wing's take is greater than or equal to 3. Staubitz is a 2. 21 is going to be another pass. That'll move over to Noto. 1 minute to play in the third period. 1 minute. Moving up to Zubris. Interception if the lefty and right D's defense is greater than or equal to 6. Murray and Huskins are an 8. That'll force an errant pass onto Huskins. 40 seconds to play here in the third. Passing over to Murray. Loose puck if the right wing's hit is greater than or equal to 7. Bergfors is a 2. 32 is going to be a pass. That'll move over to Staubitz. 20 seconds to play here in the third. Passing over to Maholtra. Takeaway of the lefty's take is greater than or equal to 5. White is not. 13 is going to be a shot 1 on Denis. 61. Save made by Denis. He will hold on for the face-off. Face-off is a formality. +1 to the San Jose. That'll move over to New Jersey. Brrr! there's the horn to end the third period and the game, and the San Jose Sharks slaughter the New Jersey Devils. I can't pick another word for this one. 8-2. Arena cheers. Yay! And that'll do it for this playthrough of Inside the Crease Hockey. So, as I mentioned, I was doing some testing in the aftermath. I'm doing some testing in the aftermath of my 2009-10 hockey season replay. And I really wanted to be able to use Inside the Crease for a full game situation. And I don't know if it's the fact that I've still got hockey brain, if I've still got most of my hockey brain working, or if it's the 14-minute periods coming into play. But using 14-minute periods, I can definitely use Inside the Crease as a full situation. I'm looking at my stream time right now. I'm at about an hour 17 for a full game of Inside the Crease. So factor in ticker, I get to about an hour and a half. And because I'm going to be keeping my tickers all in Excel now, there's actually a bit of play on that. So I don't have to worry about sitting down at my desk after the stream is over and manually entering all of the ticker results in, or even a score sheet, or even a tracker sheet of, okay, here's how everybody performed for the block. So, like I said, I really enjoyed Inside the Crease, and I wanted to be able to use it, and now I've found a way that I am able to use it. So let's go ahead and wrap this video up. I'm rambling at this point, and I want to get into the rest of my evening. Tomorrow evening, I am into my off-season content streaming schedule at this point. So tomorrow night, we are going to have our rescheduled replay of Terra Mystica. If you remember, back late in my replay, I actually rescheduled that play of Terra Mystica I was going to do when I did Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final instead, because I wanted to make sure I was going to be able to finish the replay in time for Pino with Phoenix. And I said I'd reschedule my play of Terra Mystica, so we're going to have that tomorrow. We're going to have that tomorrow evening. Wednesday, we're continuing the background campaign of Hero Realms. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will continue out on Redo Month as we go back to the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Black Spire Outpost Cookbook for the dessert, Kawaki and Crumb Cake. Next week Sunday morning, the fall campaign will continue in B-17 Flying Fortress Leader by DVG. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.